I'm Marion Dixon. I'm the Interim Executive Director of Nursing and Midwifery, and I'm also the Chief Operating Officer for Surgery for Northumbria Healthcare. I am a resident in Berwick upon Tweed, and I have lived there for the last 40 years, and I have worked within Berwick Infirmary and also in the community of Berwick upon Tweed. So we did pause, we have paused, and I think that's a good thing that we have done, because it shows that we have listened to the population of Berwick. We know that we were going to have a co-located site over by the Swan Leisure Centre, and there was some concern from the local people about that. So we have taken the time to listen to them, and we have decided that on reflection, the best possible site for us is a standalone unit, and that should be built within the existing facility of Berwick Infirmary. Yes, we did rule out the current site. That was really because we were going to have a joint working partnership with the council, and that was going to be with the leisure centre as well as the hospital. But now that we have decided to build the hospital alone, then we have got room on the existing site, and I think with the ability for architects to design things completely the way that we would like, then we feel comfortable that that site will be big enough for us. So when the new hospital is built, and it is going to be a new hospital, it's not going to be a refurbishment, we will work very closely with the architects to see how we can ensure that current services are maintained and we can continue with business as usual for our staff and patients throughout that time. We will work closely with the architects to make sure that there is minimal disruption, and I think at the end of the day, I think we are very keen to have our new hospital, and we can put up with some disruption for a short time because at the end of the day we will be getting something we're really looking forward to. I'm delighted to say, and I would like to reassure you that it's not a refurbishment, it is going to be a new building. It has taken a long time, and I think we're all frustrated as the people of Berwick are because of the length of time, but we feel now that actually we have probably the hospital, the site, the way forward that we can work with the architects to actually get a building that is fit for purpose going into the years ahead. I would like to reassure the people of Berwick that the £25 million that has been earmarked for the hospital will be spent on the hospital in Berwick. So we considered 3 other sites, and they were over on the Tweedmouth side, the Seton Hall area that a lot of us do know. That was really quite difficult because of the access, but it was also near the sewage plant. There were other 2 sites that we considered, one on Rotary Way and one on Ord Drive. Again, they were within the sort of the industrial site in Berwick, and we felt that actually the decision to stay actually where we are at the moment was actually of far bigger benefit to our patients and staff just to stay put. So as promised, all the current services will be retained in Berwick Infirmary, and we are looking to see, is there anything else that we could possibly bring to Berwick. We are always looking to see so that people of Berwick don't have to travel nearly as much as they have done in the past. It's something our Chief Executive is very keen to look at, less miles travelled, and that's for patients not to have to travel, it's for environment, it's for patients' time, and if we can do anything locally, we will endeavour to do that. We are very much hoping that primary care will be located on site, but obviously with all the changes that we've made recently and the decision to stay on site, we are discussing that again with them, and working in close partnership with the GPs, as we have done for many years. We would very much like to have them on site and would very much welcome further discussions with them. We really are trying to make sure that we can provide a local service that is safe and appropriate at Berwick, and that we have looked at a lot of work over the last few months to see how many journeys people are making that actually they may not need to make. I'm a Berwick resident myself. I don't want to have to travel anywhere if I don't need to. Obviously, if you do need to, you're happy to do so, but let's try and keep things locally wherever possible. We know that the visiting consultants, they love coming to Berwick, and I know that the staff love having them, so we want to build on that, and we want to try and see if there's any new services that we can actually bring in. There won't be any in the new hospital, but we will be continuing with the excellent existing services that we provide as in our minor injuries unit at Berwick. We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and that is a much loved and a well-used service in Berwick. So there'll be 20 inpatient beds. We feel that this is a safe and sustainable number of beds. We do work closely with our community teams. Our length of stay, we try and not keep patients in hospital any longer than they need to, but by working very closely with the excellent services that we have in Berwick, then we can get patients home sooner. We can use technology where possible, and that is the reason that we feel that 20 beds is the correct number. So we can't see plans just yet, but what I can assure you is that the work that the nursing teams and all the other staff at Berwick Infirmary worked with previously with the architect, we are trying to relook at these plans, see if we need to adjust anything accordingly, with it being on the existing hospital site, and as soon as we can share any plans with anybody, we will. I can't say a timeline for opening yet. What I can say is that we will, as soon as we know when that timeline is, we will share it with everybody. Honestly, it will happen this time. We have got an existing site, we have enthusiasm, we have our chief executive that has made this a priority so that we can get working on this as soon as possible. We have the local population on board, we've listened to them. We know that the joint site wasn't what they wanted with the leisure centre, so I do firmly believe that it will happen, and it will happen very quickly. So although we're not doing the joint venture with the council, we are very much still working very closely with them, but also with our other partners, the CCG, the GP practices, the North East Ambulance Service. They're all pivotal to how we can make this work in the best way possible for the population of Berwick. The integration will continue as it has before, and it will further improve. We will be working very closely with our partners, and we will endeavour to involve them as much as possible, hear new ideas and progress that. The bell tower is very, very close to people's hearts in Berwick, my own too. It is something that we will have to discuss further. We know that people are very, very keen to keep the bell tower, and we will work with the architects to see if that's possible or if we can do something different. But please be rest assured that we know that this is very important to the people of Berwick, and we will do whatever we can to preserve that. So there was an archaeological dig in 2014. I'm pleased to say that nothing was found at that time, so I don't envisage that we have to do that again. The Berwick staff are pivotal to this whole process. You know, they are so enthusiastic. They're such a great team, and we will build on the plans that were previously done, but we will update them, but we will certainly be working with them very closely. They're the people that are working there day in, day out. They know what we need, and we will work with them to see that we can get the best for the people of Berwick. Absolutely. It is very important for us, as I think we've demonstrated before, by listening to the public in Berwick about the joint venture, which they really weren't keen on. So we will be holding further road shows. We would like people to attend, give us their views, and we are delighted that they are so supportive. And it is an exciting time for them because they have helped shape what we are actually going to have in the facility of Berwick and about where its location is. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to really thank our staff at Berwick, but I would also like to thank the public of Berwick because this has gone on for a number of years. I do feel excited that it is actually going to happen this time, and we want to thank the people for their patience, but we also want to take this opportunity to assure people that the work that's done previously won't be dismissed. We will continue to work with our staff, particularly with the plans, because they are the staff that are working day in, day out at the hospital, and we will be taking on board what they advise.